So, Microsoft came out with their showcase today and it was pretty lukewarm. Now, there was a number of games there that were pretty interesting, and the Xbox Play Anywhere definitely was the center of the stage for everything there, including Square Enix making a massive appearance over at the Xbox Showcase. They came out full guns blazing. Games that previously weren't on Xbox have finally appeared. So hopefully people will go and support them and show that people are interested in these games, so more can come day and date. Now, Forza Horizon 6 was teased at the end for a 2026 release. My guess is that's probably going to be towards the end of 2026, meaning that PlayStation's version will probably land sometime in 2027. That said, though, just when I released my tweets mocking and joking around about the Xbox, ROG Ally pricing, well, the Currys decided to finally drop their pricing and let everyone know exactly how much these machines are. Now, there's been crazy information going around for these, from pricing of 1,050, 1,200, and all of this. And I always maintained that an amazing price, absolute, you know, insta buy, is a 699. My hope price was a 749. But I always maintained that it was going to probably keep the same price as the original Xbox ROG Ally X, which was priced at 799. Now, a lot of people were saying that it's going to be 899 because they're not going to subsidize anything, or some even said 999. But it turns out that the pricing has officially been unveiled, and as you can see on screen, the pricing for these machines are 499 for the Asus ROG Xbox Ally, which comes with a 7-inch screen, 1080p, 120Hz screen, 60-watt battery, and then obviously for the Asus ROG Xbox Ally X, you are getting a more powerful processor, faster memory, and more storage than the Xbox Ally. This one's for the pros, they say, and it's only 799. Now, I still think this is quite expensive, and definitely not for the faint-hearted, as well as the fact that drivers just simply aren't available for these just yet. So if you have the Xbox Z, Ally X with the Z1 Extreme, you might not need to upgrade immediately. If you look at ETA Prime, and he's done a number of videos regarding this, where they've been testing out the Z2 Extreme with the Z1 Extreme, and even with the new AMD 370 chipset. Well, you'll notice that the differences aren't that big, but this is also due to the fact that the official drivers for the Z2 Extreme just aren't available yet. They're not matured yet. So, like everything, it's going to take a number of weeks before these, become great. It's going to take a little while, and considering this device isn't due out for another month, well, October the 16th, as it is, they're still probably tweaking away at the drivers to make them as good as they possibly can get for a first launch, which means that the tests that you're seeing now should be taken with a grain of salt. And once we actually have those proper tests in place, then you'll know exactly what you want. However, the price for this device is £800 for the X, which is what I assume most people are going to go for. Now, how much this will cost in the US, I don't know. I've seen prices floating around of 549.99 and of course 849.99, which basically debunks all the leaked prices that have been going around, and even the ones that were revealed early on by Xtas, by his Walmart friend. All of these seem to be debunked, if that is the case. Now, obviously, there is tax on top of that, and probably a bit of tariffs as well to actually sweeten that deal. But it does seem like we finally have a UK pricing. And my question to you is, for those that are in the UK at the very least, will you be buying this? Now, in Europe, it is officially confirmed to be €900. So we also have that pricing officially confirmed. So realistically, if the information we have right now is correct, UK is £800, Europe is €900. But I'm talking about the X variant. and of course the US is 849. Now, someone in my chat earlier today did say that in Australia it is 2,000 Australian dollars. Now that sounds crazy, but then we also know that their pricing is a little wayward out there as well, just like it is in Canada. So it's possible, right? Now, obviously, there are better handhelds out there, and you get what you pay for. If you're going for something like the Win GPD, that's going to cost you 2,000 British pounds. So you're looking at, exponentially a lot of money. But a great thing with these devices is that you can actually add an eGPU and other stuff to it to make them even better. And once you've got a dock, these become even more accessible and pretty much your PC. They can become your daily runner in the gaming sphere. And of course, once the drivers mature, you've got FSR as well that's going to be utilizing this. You've got an APU, which means that it's going to have an AI upscaler. So all of this is going to help and maintain that awesome 60 FPS that you're looking for. It is VRR enabled, I believe. I don't want to be quoted on that. I'm sure it is. I know the Lenovo is VR enabled. I assume this one is as well. It would be a shame if it wasn't. So that's also going to help maintain frame rates as well. This is a really, really powerful device that is pretty much an Xbox. Now, for the longest time, I've been saying that this is a PC, but I finally get the message that I understand what Xbox is saying. They released a tweet today, and that tweet essentially read, if you're reading this on an Xbox. There's more ways to game on Xbox than ever before. And what this is essentially telling you is that Xbox is no longer confined to one platform. Yes, that does mean that other platforms are essentially caveated to be an Xbox, but Xbox is more than just Xbox itself. Anywhere that you can play Game Pass on is essentially an Xbox, and that is where they're going with this and changing the rules for their ecosystem, which essentially means you don't need to be able to play your back catalog games on your TV or on your laptop or on the Asus ROG Xbox Ally X in order for it to be an Xbox. It is an Xbox as long as it can run Game Pass. And that's my understanding of this. Obviously, on the LG TV, you'll be running Game Pass Ultimate in order to be able to play through xCloud. The same on your phone. Your PC will have the PC Game Pass app. Your handheld will have the PC Game Pass app, and of course, your Xbox is going to have Game Pass anyway, but it will also just play native Xbox games as well. So that's my understanding from all this, as you can see on screen, and that is the direction Microsoft is going. So no matter what anyone actually says or wants to say or how they want to deal with it, the Xbox ROG Ally X is an Xbox. It is going to run your games. Chances are at some point there will be some form of backwards compatibility for it to run some of your other games, or they're going to do it through the cloud, or you can simply just remote into your machine and do it that way. Whichever way you look at it, the prices for these things have been unveiled. It is £500 for the basic Ally, and for the Ally X, the new variant, it is £800. Now, what I will say, and I reiterate this as again, until we have official benchmarks with the latest drivers that are officially released for this, because we are still weeks away from this being done, so the drivers are probably being tweaked even as we speak right now. I would not so much get rid of my X1 because you may not be happy with the performance increase. But based on the testing that has been done right now, and from 12 days ago, from 2 months ago, it does seem like the Z, at least brute forcing, is still superior in every way, shape, or form. Once the drivers are better, it's going to just speed past. So the choice is yours. What do you think of the pricing? £500 for the basic, £800 for the most expensive. And of course, leave a comment below and let me know that I was right. Chaos was right. Leave a comment below and say, hashtag Chaos was right. Because I've always maintained that it was going to be 799. But that's it, folks. If you've enjoyed this video, do consider leaving a like, subscribe, hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release. Thank you so much for watching. If you are on mobile, do consider leaving a hype. Trying to get to 8,000 subs by the end of October, and then potentially to 10,000 by the end of December. You can help me make this work. You can help me make this happen. Thank you so much for all the support you've shown me, and I hope that you'll show continued support. Subscribing doesn't cost you anything, but it really does help the channel grow, and it does provide me with opportunities to be able to bring you more and better content. All right, folks, that's the video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Remain legend.